I'm going to be speaking on this visioning sustainable futures, and I'll entitle it The Need for Integration with Eden Herbs Limited. Yeah, some of you know me. I'm a dermatologist, herbalist, and integrative healthcare specialist. Integrative is when conventional allopathic medicine is used together with traditional medicine, in this case, herbal medicine. So, and I'm also the managing director of Eden Herbs Limited. So today, hope you're hearing me well. Is everybody hearing me well? And see my screen? Hello? Is everybody hearing me
Yes,
and
we see
seeing
you.
my screen?
I can hear you. I can see you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'll continue. So the objectives of my presentation, keep it vibrant, keep it participatory and inclusive is the objectives of what I intend to do. And then the goals are to inform, educate, and to motivate for use. And I preempt that as I introduce a sustainable development project, trying to develop, well, wanting to develop an Eden herbal family. And I just want to talk a bit of Eden Herbs. We have been producing in St. Lucia since 1996 by myself, registered in 99, exporting from 2001, and you can check us on the internet, edenherbs.com. And the products we produce are drinks, teas, creams, oils, capsules, and powders. And these are products used for common ailments, over the counter, and can be used with other medications. So we have a list of drinks here. I'll run through them because I know the time is short. Some of you must have seen them. Purify and tonic, our traditional cooling is the commonest one that we sell. And we have a range of capsules, a whole list here, and you can see it on the website, some more here. I just put the moringa on the screen because now in this time of COVID, everybody should be using moringa. And this is the capsules. We also have it in powdered form as well. This is what the tree looks like. And luckily we have it all over the place. The Indians had brought it here, and then some years ago, my friend and I, we started propagating, and thank God we have lots of moringa now. So it's nutrient-rich dietary supplements containing amino acids, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals. Very good for boosting up the immune system. So you can see it's quite a good product for our COVID climate. We also have the Animu Gully Roots, which is one of our teas. And I list it here because it's also good for boosting up the immune system. We have a whole list of creams. And I highlight one here, the citronella. A lot of you must know of lemongrass to prevent the insect bites. Now we into the dengue season, and it's very good insect repellent. So that's our creams. And then we have oils. We have a neem oil. We have a sanitizing oil, also good for sanitizing surfaces and for diffusing in the environment. We also make a sanitizing lotion. So as I introduce the concepts of this project for the Eden Herbs family, the methodology I would like to inculcate is the fact that persons need to know themselves. So one knows themselves in terms of their needs, take responsibility for one's health. Don't be too dependent on the system, and becoming and remaining knowledgeable on health issues. So one needs to become and remain motivated, become and remain empowered, and become and remain disciplined in that venture. It's an everyday event. So in doing the above, we do it at the family level where we can share experiences with one another. We can plan together, we can cook together, eat together. And as we do these things, we get to learn our herbs and foods. At the community level, we can share seeds, plants and materials, supplies, produce, and we can market together and the concept of the community gardens. We can have educational seminars and workshops and invite and participate in community activities all around herbs and food. And of course, the cooking and eating sessions. Persons always like the cooking and eating, and maintaining good health is a good objective of living. At the state level, we would like support and get subsidization of the inputs for production and also marketing and sales of the produce. And you can even have national advertisements. We have our national television station and other friendly local channels. And then incentives to facilitate local production and sales. At the state level, very, very important to incorporate and integrate the use of the herbals into the healthcare system. In the education system, we look at the school gardens, and there, in addition to foods, you have herbs. Incorporate them in the school feeding program and home economic classes. You use the herbs and you serve teas. Remember, you can make a tea and then cool it down or just drink it with or without the juice. And build an appreciation and stimulate the tastes and desires for these local foods and herbs. There are some communities where persons survive only on what they grow in their vicinities. In the education system too, we'd like to see our public health education, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, educate persons. And I saw Mr. St. Catherine is in his survey, really got from the people that they need to see more in terms of health education, health research, so they can know what to do. A lot of people are lost out there and too dependent on sitting in health centers, waiting for paracetamol or things they could adjust for themselves while they look at, the wheel of wellness. And Dr. King did put up the chart of the wheel of wellness and wheel of health, wellness. And one needs to be quite aware of what that wheel of wellness is so that it could be executed on a daily basis. Very, very important, we need to educate our health professionals. Because when the persons get to know the goodness of the herbs, they use it, they go to the health practitioners. And because the health practitioners have not been educated or don't know about the herbs, they are too easily telling them don't use it. And this is very, very sad. In fact, creeping into criminality, because it's part of the responsibility of a health professional to be knowledgeable on these basic things that the patients know. So in terms of the education, we want to see it in the curriculum, in the schools, in the agricultural programs, in the farmers' organizations. And here's an appeal, please, please, keep it organic. I know we need all the certification for organic, but towards being organic. Let's not poison ourselves with our food and our herbs. So we need some policy imperatives. And these policy imperatives, we need to encourage, implement, and facilitate healthy living means and practices. Remember, I say the means because you need to afford it, and the practices to be educated of the practices. Then we need to integrate the herbals into the healthcare system, and we have to look into the import reductions. The food import bill is much too high. And unfortunately, we are lots of times importing poisons, which are making us more ill, waiting for drugs and other medications to put it right. So let's do our own foods, cut down on imports, and keep it organic. More policy imperatives. Like I said, introducing the herbals into the National Health Drug Formulary. We need to develop a Caribbean herbal pharmacopoeia. And we need WHO, the World Health Organizations, and PAHO to assist us governments to integrate the herbal medicines into the healthcare system. And PAHO, I know PAHO is ready to intervene to help, but our Ministry of Health need to ask them. They need to ask. They won't just come in and do it. And although they might be reluctant, but if we ask for it, they will, because it is part of the mandate of WHO, as has been stated in the annual meetings. There are countries like Brazil who have integrated herbal medicines into the healthcare system, and they are ready to assist, but they need to be asked by our government. I lament a few years ago in West St. Lucia, Tourist Board, there was a big trade conference, and Brazil and other countries were here. And Brazil was all ready to assist us, but I tried to get the Ministry of Foreign Affairs just to write a letter, tell them, yes, come, we're ready. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So these policy imperatives should be put in place and executed so we can get the help we need to integrate the herbal medicine into our healthcare system. So we need incentives by our government, and we need exemptions on import duty on certain things that we don't get here, and also income tax relief. We need assistance with overseas marketing. Let us utilize the foreign embassies and the Lucian associations in the diaspora to help us market our produce here, not just our herbs, but our food. And the people out there, they want the herbs and food. So let our government assist us in making the contact and make it happen. Linkages. So let's look at linkages as we go through this sustainable development project. I'm happy that I am looking at making a link and a partnership with Superior Broom Producers out in Monrepo. I'll tell you of our linkage with TRAMIL, UWI, OECS, SLDB, healthcare practitioners, and our distribution outlets, and more importantly, you. So let's look at the specific linkages. So Superior Broom Producers out in Monrepo, they are holders of a Global Environmental Fund grant project. And if we work together, then we will expand our production of herbs. And in addition to that, we will be looking at together the sea moss and cassava farine that they already produce. So here's a collaboration that can help us in our upscaling and doing more things for this project. And there will be other expertise that will come with this partnership. I have a linkage with the University of the West Indies Center for Food Security and Entrepreneurship, CFSC, in Barbados with Professor O'Garo, and we are working on some projects with our Eden Herbs products. Our Real Pet project, and Laurent Jean-Pierre did speak of it, our Traditional Medicines of the Islands project, started in '82, and it's a program and network of applied research, traditional popular medicines in the Caribbean, aiming to rationalize health practices based on the use of medicinal plants. And we have developed a Caribbean pharmacopoeia, but it needs to be expanded. It has been scientifically validated and gives you the botanical, common names, pharmacology, recommended use, and in particular, the toxicology. So the taxonomy to identify the plant and the toxology to advise on the use. So there's what our electronic ebook looks like. And we are working with 23 Caribbean countries, English, French, Spanish, and their universities and other networks. and they are willing to assist with educational publications. They are more advanced than us in the Spanish and French countries, and they're willing to let us have it for translation, but we need funds for translation. And they can also help us in implementation of the integrative mechanism of herbals into the healthcare system. So this is our travel project. The OECS, Organization of East Caribbean States. We have started the dialogue and we need to apply to the OECS pharmaceutical procurement services to get herbals integrated into the national health formularies. We are familiar with the process, but we have to go through the application and make it happen. So we need the cooperation of the OECS to get us legitimately and correctly into the healthcare system. SLDB or other financial institutions, we're looking to get assistance of a prospectus. And then we need the structuring for issuing of shares because we want to create a public liability company where persons will be given shares. And then we will be needing capital for upscaling of business activities and infrastructure. And I was happy to hear from Dr. Nurse. That's Alpha Lewis Community College has a department, not only a lab for innovation, but also for upscaling. So although I didn't have you when I made this presentation as being part of our linkage, we surely can do some talking because we need to upscale our operations. Thank you very much in advance. Then in terms of distribution, some of you may have heard of Karen Roseman. He is the one that was the entrepreneur a few years ago, young manufacturer of the year in his virgin coconut oil. So he approached me because he wanted to create a platform on Amazon stores, and we almost near there. By the end of the month, we'll be launching the trademark of Eden Herbs and be able to use Amazon as a sales platform. In addition to that, we can be doing white labeling, so we can look at other products from here or wherever that we see that we want to market and do the white labeling. So we'll label it of Eden Herbs to put on our Amazon sales platform. So looking at the specific linkages again, and we're looking at you. So we'll go through your healthcare practitioners. So everybody has a healthcare practitioner. So this is why we want to educate our healthcare practitioners on our Eden Herbs products so that they can work with you while you use the products if you're on any other medication or want to discuss any particular health problem. We are already in the local pharmacies, we are already in the major supermarkets. We have some direct sales representatives, and we need many more direct sales representatives. And then we see that we have the young entrepreneurs, you know, in agriculture and elsewhere. So there are opportunities for entrepreneurship as direct sales representatives with our Eden Herbs products. And you the people who will be in the Eden Herbs family, there's a concept of social marketing. Social marketing. Share your healing experience when using the Eden Herbs products with others. Because you'll find that the marketing of our products is everybody's business and everybody can pass the word around. It can be very effective. Marketing being everybody's business. So here for you, Eden Herbs ready to expand into a public company, issue shares, work with you, give you good incentives, be a good organized structure for you, family, and friends. So here's for innovation. So you're invited. You're invited to link with us to do this together. May God bless you and give you the grace and wisdom to do the right things. Let us do it together as an Eden Herbs family. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.